the multiple VLAN spanning tree, MST. The reason why we need this is to reduce the process utilization. We are going to group multiple VLANs as one group so that that group can be assigned a spanning tree. By default, when you enable rapid spanning tree in Cisco, RSTP enables per VLAN spanning tree also. So you're going to have a fast spanning tree for every single VLAN, which means if I have 1000 VLANs, then 1000 spanning tree, which is more for a processor to handle. To reduce that, we group VLANs. Instead of 1000 VLANs, 1000 spanning tree, we group VLANs so that for a group a spanning tree will be given. That's what a multiple VLAN, multi-VLAN spanning tree. For multi-VLAN we have one instance. For example, VLAN starting from 1 to, let's say, 250 VLANs, will provide one instance, first instance of spanning tree, and second piece of second instance, second spanning tree. We'll give it to 251 to maybe 500. So though we have 500 VLANs now, we just got 2 spanning tree only running, which is really a very good option. Less pressure on the processor because it got only 2 spanning tree, just 2 spanning tree. Yeah. So MST helps us to group multiple VLANs. So when you have like this, we can even do load sharing. Please pay attention. We have multiple paths between A and B, C and D. Let's say A is one of the VLAN in the first instance. Let's say VLAN number 100.
Sir, I am able to see your screen. Are you sharing anything?
So we got 2 different VLANs in the left and 2 different VLAN in the right. You see 100 is within this range of first spanning tree instance. 200 is in the range of second spanning tree instance. We got how many spanning tree running? Just 2 spanning tree. Why? Because we are running MST. For multi-VLAN, single instance. That's what the beauty of MST. We reduce the process by reducing the number of STPs. So now we have decided to run only 2 STP for 500 VLANs. And if you see, when you enable MST, 2 spanning tree, which means 500 VLANs are going to take this path. Because there is a block here. Why there is a block? You know, STP will block to prevent loop. So what we can do is we can load share manually like this. How? We can say, like we did earlier and in prior per VLAN spanning tree, as you did earlier, we can say for instance 1 MST instance 1, this will be root primary. For instance 2, we'll say MST instance 2 root secondary. Likewise here we will say for MST MST2 root primary, for MST1 root secondary, which is equivalent to, you can do like this, or you can also say any one. You can say priority 0 for this, priority 4096, priority 0, priority 4096. Do any one. Either you go with this command root primary, root secondary, or give priority like this. So for MST1, which is VLAN 1 to 250, this is the root switch. So there will be a block here. And for MST2, between 251 to 500, this is the root switch. So there will be a block here. So as a result, you have a load sharing. All those 1 to 250 will go this way. All those 1 to 250 VLAN. It's a very big matter in the real world. And the rest, 251 to 500, goes this way. Load sharing can be done, which we did earlier in per VLAN spanning tree. Today we are going to focus on how to configure MST. MST enables rapid. That is very important. MST, when you enable it, enables rapid spanning tree, and rapid spanning tree enables per VLAN spanning tree. But by grouping it per group, we provide STP. Fine. Let's configure and do this. Sorry, let's configure and see this. When you simply enable MST, focus. Mute it, please. Someone is unmuted. When you configure simply MST, by default, all VLANs will join MST0 group. MST0 is a reserved one. 0 group. All VLANs will be MST0, which means when you simply enable MST and when you don't group like this, how many spanning tree will be running when you don't group like this? Only one. Only one rapid spanning tree if you want for all VLANs. Only one rapid spanning tree for all VLANs. Then you simply enable MST. No need to group VLANs. Right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create 500 VLAN in our topology, 500 VLAN, and I'm going to put them in 2 different groups, and I'm going to show you how the packets are going to be, how the data plane is built. For each VLAN there will be a separate data plane, separate forwarding path. That's what data plane is. Let us go to the lab. Here we go. So let us first check the root switch. I expect switch 1 to be the root switch. Show spanning tree. Yeah, this bridge is the root switch. I know the MAC address. So this is the root switch. Okay. If this is the root switch though, so there is going to be a block on switch 2. I'll go to switch 2 and check that. No, wait, let me name it. Host name switch underscore 2. Show spanning tree. We are going to see block on G00 or G01. Mostly it will be G01. Yeah, correct. Because the switch force MAC address is bigger. Alright, so there's a block here for all VLANs, but so far we have no much VLAN. We got only the default VLAN. Let's create now 500 VLANs. Let's use VTP. Have I finished VTP version 3 for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then we are going to have VTP now. I'm going to use a notepad to finish this. This is for switch 3. I'm configuring host name switch 3, BTP BTP version 3, and then interface G00 range G00-1, switchport mode, switchport trunk, encapsulation .1q, switchport mode trunk. BTP domain name 123. This will go on switch 3. Now I will do this for switch 1. Same thing. I have not created any VLANs. Switch 1 is over. Switch 3, 2. Switch 2. And then switch 4. Switch 4. All right. Now let us go and verify BTP. I must see the message digest, but I won't see message digest unless I configure one primary switch. See, show VTP status. I see version 3 already, but the problem is, where is the message digest? Message digest is null because there is no switch primary. There is no switch eligible to send VTP update. So we don't have a leader to lead this group. So the group is inactive. You can make any switch as a primary switch. I'm going to make switch 4 as a primary switch. And then I'll go and show you on switch 1 a message digest. Just now we saw there was no message digest, but after I finish configuring switch 4 as primary, I want to add one more thing. It is always good to have password when you do VTP. So I'm going to say VTP password ABCD 1 2 3 4 hidden. Wait, let me go to the command line once. VTP password 234 ABC D hidden. Yes. So we have set the password 1 2 3 ABCD hidden. Yep. All right, so this I'm going to paste it on every device. Done. Now if I check, even now I will not see message digest show VTP status. You won't see message digest, it is still blank, but the password is already set. Show VTP password. It is, see, because it is version 3, I said hidden, so it is encapsulated, encrypted, and it is can't be seen. Password can't be seen. Okay, here we go. What is that? We are going to enable primary switch 1. It's a revision. We are doing VTP version 3 revision, final revision. Followed by we'll do MSD. VTP not here. To make it primary, VTP primary. That's it. It'll ask you the password. Password is, I remember it was 1 2 3 4 A B C D. Enter. Confirm. Here we go. So we got our primary. You see, every switch now knows the primary. We said primary. On which switch I made primary? I think it is 4. Is that 4? No, sorry. Okay. I have made switch 1 itself as primary. Any switch can be primary. So the MAC address of switch 1 is now known to everyone. If you check now the message that just show VTP status, you can see the message digest. This message digest must match with all the switches before you configure VLAN. Let's go randomly to one of the switch. Let me go to switch 4 and say show VTP status. Compare the MAC address. Sorry, compare the message digest. See, it is same. Right, let's take one more device. Let's go switch 3. Show VTP status. This is also matched. Yeah. What is next? Next is we have to create VLANs, 500 VLANs. You can create 500 VLAN in just one go. As of now, if you check show VLAN complete, you have only one VLAN to which all interfaces are mapped. I'm going to create. Can I create here? No, it won't allow. Why? It's not a primary. See, it is not a primary. I should do only on switch 1. VLAN 2 to 500. Boom. That's it. It creates. It creates on all the switches. Let us go and verify on switch 4. Earlier, if you see, earlier the existing VLAN was 5. Now I should see 505. Sorry, it takes some time because of my processor. It will show any moment. It'll come. Takes really long, no? Test this. Let's go to other switch. Because it is 500 VLAN, no? That's why. Let's create another switch. It's per VLAN, so 500 times the process is increased on every switch. Okay. Show BTP status. Okay, here it has come. On switch 4 it has come. Sorry, it has not come. I don't know why it takes so long. Here it has come. You see, 504. The 5 VLANs were already there. I created VLAN 2 to 500. That's 499 VLANs. Let me also check it on the other switches. Show BTP status. When we enable MST, this process utilization will go down. I think I should have tested with like 10 VLANs. I should have not created this 500 VLANs, too much. It's not taking. Process utilization is very high. What about switch 4 now? Again, it's not good. Switch 2 also struck. Just started showing some error. So what I'll do is I'll just stop all this device, otherwise we will keep wasting our time. And now I'll go to switch 3, which is in control. I'll go and reduce the VLANs. I'm going to reduce the VLANs. How do you do that? No. Oh, sorry, I can't do that. This is not primary, no? First I have to do primary.
Yes.
I have to make this primary. How do we make this primary? Go to the privilege mode and type spanning tree primary. Sorry, it's still stuck. will ask the password. I need to put the right password. Password I remember it was 1 4 A B C D. Yes. Okay, confirm. Hope this is now okay. Done. Let's now just put only 20 VLANs. It's very slow, very slow. VLAN 2 to 500. I'll cancel first. I don't know why it is still slow even after shutting down those routers. Very sorry. Taking a lot of our time. The switch one has got 504 VLANs. I can see that. I'm going to remove them, saying no VLAN 2 to 500. Done. Huh? Okay. Let me make it as primary. But it shows it's primary. Anyway, no problem. I can make it as primary now. BTP primary. Password 1 2 3 4 A B C D. Okay, meanwhile I'll go to the notepad and put what I want to put. So I'm going to say config T no VLAN 2 to 500, which we created. Then we want only 20 VLANs, VLAN 2 to 20, and write to memory. Copy. I don't know why. I think I should have restarted the entire laptop. Let's configure VLANs. So what I want is, I want just to paste this, remove the old one, just the new one. I have not experienced this slow before any time. This is that slow even after restarting. Not even started MSD. Good. Good. So we have changed the VLANs and we'll verify this. So VTP status should show. Oh, what is this going on? Some memory issues. I'm sorry.